Hi, I'm Linda from paperboutiquewithlynda.com. I just received the Layer Plus tool from Kool Tak in the mail and I could not wait to share it with you. It is an amazing tool and I'm going to show you today some of the things that it can do. But first, I really want to talk to you a little bit about the tool. You can order this tool from www.kooltak.com and it retails for $29.99. And the great thing about this tool is it's extremely heavy and well made, and I'm hoping that you can see that. It's all reinforced with steel, every single edge. And one of the things I like about this tool is that you can layer your paper perfectly with this, and you can also measure with it. Let me show you how it works. I've cut an A2 card, which is a card that is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And let's just say that you want to cut a layer that's 1/4 of an inch all around. And you could do this, 3/8 of an inch, whatever. I'm just going to demonstrate it at 1/4 of an inch layer. Each one of these lines is 1/8 of an inch, and I think you can see it going like 1/8 of an inch, 1/8 of an inch, and when you go this way, each line is 1/4 of an inch, and they're 1/16 of an inch lines along, or 1/16 of an inch increments along here. Well, let me show you how you would make a layer that's 1/4 of an inch. Each one of the lines are 1/8 of an inch, so what we're going to do is we're going to line it up so that you have 2 lines on each side equal. So that would mean that that is 1/4 of an inch. Now you're going to want 1/4 of an inch border on both sides. So what you're going to do is come in 1/4 of an inch from this side, which is 3 3/4. So your paper is going to need to be 3 3/4. And up here it's 5 1/4. So you want to subtract 1/4. So you're going to cut your layer 3 3/4 by 5. And this will work for any size layer that you want, but I just wanted to show you. So I went ahead and cut a sheet of paper that's 3 3/4 by 5 inches. But the great thing about this tool, and this is what I'm going to use it over and over for, is to align the paper perfectly. All you'll do is put, snail tape on the back of this, or glue, or whatever tape you want to use. Put your layer down, line it up, and then let go, and it's perfect. This will position any layer perfectly. And you just repeat that process for whatever width you want. If you wanted it 1/2 an inch, or like I said, 3/8 of an inch. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and pause and set up for the next demo. Next, I want to show you how easy it is to cut your own layer using this tool. I just have a piece of scrap paper, and what I'm going to do before I cut a mat for it is I'm just going to put some tape on the back. And you don't have to center it or put it perfectly, just put it down on another scrap sheet of paper. And I'm going to be using for this kind of my heavy-duty X-Acto knife. And everyone has their own favorite X-Acto knife and style of cutting with a ruler and an X-Acto knife. So this technique may not work perfectly for you if you're left-handed and you might want to move it around. But let's keep with that 1/4 of an inch border. Now to cut a 1/4 of an inch border, I'm going to put this down so you can see. Each one of these increments is, like I mentioned earlier, 1/8 of an inch. So what I'm going to do is line it up right on the blue. So you can see if I take my X-Acto knife right here, we're going to have, I don't have it quite exact, let me get that there. And I'm going to go ahead and cut that. My technique is to put my thumb here and really hold the ruler down, but like I said, there are many different techniques, so whichever one works for you. And then I've got it on a self-healing mat, and I'm just going to cut straight through, and look at that, it's perfect. And then all you'll do is go ahead, I'm not going to take your time to do all of the cuts, but you'll just line it up, cut here, and go all the way around, and then I'll bring in, and when you're finished, it just gives you a perfect mat. The other thing I love this tool for is for punching holes for stitching or for decorative stitching. I'll bring the tool back in, and if you notice, there are all of these holes, and I'm hoping that you can see that. There are all these little holes, and all I'm going to do is line it up with the edge of this blue sheet of paper and then punch the holes. But before we do that, I want to make sure that we have it on. Like, I like to use just an old mouse pad. And let me do that again. Now, if we lined it up here, you can see those holes, and we punch them. They're going to be about 1/4 of an inch in. If you want them right on the edge, you can line it up like this. And I'm going to line it up right here so you can see, and I'm going to get my hand out of the way. Hopefully you can see that. I'm using a paper piercer that I've had for many years by Making Memories, and any type of a tool, a piercing tool will work. I'm just going to do a couple really quick to show you, and you just go straight up and down, and the great thing is it'll go right around the corner. And if you want, you can go every other one, and you can also reposition it so you can have the holes closer together, and what it gives you is this great straight edge, and you can stitch with that. You could even make the holes bigger if you wanted to stitch. You can use a pen to make like faux stitching. And let me show you what I was saying about if you want them closer. You just take it and realign it. I hope that you can see that. And then you can punch right in the center. So if you want a closer stitched line, you can do that as well. The other thing I like to do is I like to use rhinestones. And if I'm trying to, for example, center my rhinestones, I can put them right over the top of the punch line. If you want an entire row centered, it's quick and easy to do. I didn't get this one quite even because when I recentered it, but these are perfectly straight. Well, I'm going to pause for a moment, and then I'm going to show you how to make curved lines using this fun tool from Kool Tak. Next, I want to show you how to draw curved lines with this wonderful Layers Plus tool by Kool Tak. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, and you want to center, you want to know the center of your card. This card is 4 1/4, so I just drew, I don't know if you can see that, a little dot in the center, which is at 2 1/8. Then you're going to take this, the hole that is right, and you're just going to put it right at the edge of that white paper. Like, there's the hole, and there's the white paper. And before you get started though, I found it's a little easier when I'm drawing a curved surface just to put a little bit of tape to hold the paper. And I'm going to do a curved shape that you could do on the front of your card. In fact, I taught a class where I needed an arc like this, and we ended up using a plate to trace, but this is so much cooler. So I'm going to line up this circle right here, and I'm going to keep this as straight as I can in the center of my paper. I'm going to get that right on there. And then what I'm using to hold it is just this paper piercer, and it's going to actually work like a compass. And I'm just using a pencil, but wherever you want your arc to start, you just put the pencil in and then just trace it like that, and it's perfect every time. Isn't that amazing? And then you can just trim it out, and you can do that. You can also cut circles with this tool as well. Well, I would like to thank you for watching, and let me bring this in so you know how you could order one of these fun tools. It's called Layers Plus by Kool Tak, and it's www.kooltak.com. Well, once again, thank you for watching, and please visit me at paperboutiquewithlynda.com for more projects and ideas. Bye-bye.